Hello, everybody, and welcome. Happy Memorial Day to everybody who is joining this. For you guys who don't know, I want to make sure I pay, I salute the veterans who were brave enough to really fight for my freedoms, and for those of you who are lucky enough to actually pick up this training, thank a veteran. Just so you guys know, who am I? My name is Beattie. I've been marketing online for almost 8 years. I've been doing a lot of different things, everything from WordPress to database setups to, social media, mobile apps, et cetera, et cetera. For those of you who watch my channel, you guys probably know that a little bit more about, with regard to some of the things that I do. But I'm not going to bore you with all that today. Today, I want to actually salute all of our veterans, and I want to make sure that I pass on some awesome training for you guys today. I'm in sunny Bay Area, coming to you here in the Bay Area, which I'm really, really happy about. I was just out in New York, then I was in Detroit, and so on and so forth. So I'm keeping the status quo. I'm keeping the gear the same. I'm trying to do my best. Steve Jobs impersonation to keep everything the same, but more likely you're seeing everything from the background that's very, very different from the last video I did for you guys. So got a couple notes. I can talk about this stuff off the top of my head, but what I wanted to do yesterday when I was flying out here, I was talking to a couple people, and they were business owners, and they were struggling. They were flying all over the place to try and manually market their business, and they were actual veterans. So I got to chit chatting with them, and some of the things that I'm doing right now, I do consulting, but primarily a lot of you watching this, you guys know, I love doing these types of trainings, and hopefully I can deliver for you today. So who am I? A little bit more about me. Beattie, been marketing online a little over 7.5 years, coming up on 8 years here soon. What's going to be covered? You're going to be learning a lot of cool free marketing tips, and I'm going to use my good friend Bubbles for that. It's a mind mapping tool when I actually share my screen. And I'm going to make a promise to you. I'm going to try and keep this between 30 and 45 minutes. So I'm going to talk really, really quick. If it goes a little longer, sorry about that. But the whole intent here is to pass on quality marketing training to help you with your business. And so really what you need to have is an initiative to A, want to learn, B, if you're a veteran and if you maybe started a business of your own and you're just looking to go to the next level with it, I highly recommend that you watch this, and I'm going to do my best to cover everything. So what I'm going to be doing today exclusively, I'm going to be introducing you to an actual fan page on Facebook that I just created. Actually, I created it a while ago, but due to my schedule, wasn't able to actually start pushing it out. So now I'm going to actually do that. You're going to see a link in the description below. Make sure that you check that out. Make sure and like that, because once you actually like that, you're going to get exclusive tips that are going to be a little different from this. You get Hangouts this way via the YouTube Hangouts, via the Google Plus Hangouts, but just training like this in general. But what you're going to get exclusive tips from me. I was told yesterday, which really kind of got my mind stirred up, is, what are you? Are you ShareBeat? Are you these other fan pages? Do you represent these brands, et cetera, et cetera? So today, luckily enough for me, I had some time, and I want to kick out some training for you guys. So fresh hair, flappy hair, everything like that, and all. Anyway, hopefully you guys went to a Memorial Day parade. If you didn't, make sure that you thank a veteran today. And really, this is inspired by the veterans of the past that my grandparents, my parents, my fellow veterans that are wearing just like I am, and I really want to do my best to help you guys out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, make sure that you leave comments below. First, let's get all this out of the way. Make sure you like this video. This is first and foremost. Subscribe to the channel, because I'm actually going to build this channel up. I'm going to start doing these trainings a lot more frequently, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you like this video. And don't forget, if you have a question, make a comment below. You guys, last one I did was similar to this. I did something for musicians, and this thing is starting to actually catch on. It's getting a lot of views now, and I didn't do any promotion. I think one of my friends, one of the musician friends that I passed it on to, he passed it on. Next thing you know, this thing's starting to catch, and it's going to get more views. And I'm going to cover it, topics similar to what I did in that one, but that one was more geared to musicians. Okay, so this is today. All right, you guys ready? Hopefully you got your notes. Hopefully you guys got a notepad out. Hopefully you guys are ready. You're into it. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment below, and that's the only way I'm going to know I'm doing a good job in the training I'm providing for you. So what are you going to learn today? You're going to learn some marketing tips. They're going to help you. Like I said, I was talking to some veterans yesterday and business owners, no less, and these guys just didn't understand anything at all regarding how to build their business. So the first thing I'm going to ask you is, how do you build your business? Okay, are you one of those people that you're better at talking to people, you're interacting with people, you go walk business to business, you hand out flyers? What types of things do you do? Okay, hopefully today what I'm going to teach a little bit about, I'm going to actually walk you through really how to start it from a baseline and move up from there. So I'm going to introduce to you a fan page that has my face on there, and I'm not going to hide behind any brands anymore, really in lieu of what a lot of this, what was said to me yesterday. It kind of shocked me that somebody wanted more of a personal, interactive feel, and they wanted to know that, hey, are you ShareBeat? Are you Lee? Are you, you're representing the best offline marketing? Are you best social sharing tips? Are you ABQ Hotspot? Or so on and so forth. So really, this is going to be a way of centralizing all this training, and I'm going to do everything exclusively through that fan page. It's going to be in below. So what I'm going to do, again, I wanted to show you my face, show you that I'm real, show you that I'm tangible, and I'm going to get into sharing a screen here and make sure that I'm set up. I've already pre-set up bubbles, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up, get my actual fan page ready, just to show you that it's brand new. Okay, and mind you, the way I'm doing this is an old school method. When I start doing it in the future, I'm going to be doing everything through a different webinar-based platform, and it's just really to introduce you guys, really more to how to do it more fluidly to actually help yourself out. All right, so let me go ahead and share my screen. Again, hopefully you guys learned something from this. Make sure to start taking notes, because I'm going to get into the meat and potatoes of this right now. Really what this is focused on is how to help your business. I'm going to do a mind map. I'm going to include that mind map into the actual fan page as listed below. So make sure you go there, and during this training, I'm going to focus on a couple different things. One is going to be Facebook. Folks, a lot of people are going to tell you all the things about Facebook, and they're tell you to run away from Facebook. That's complete crap. A lot of people are doing it wrong, so they're going to tell you to run away from that, or they spent a lot of money on pay-per-click and they messed it all up. So I'm going to teach you how to go from the very beginning steps to this. I'm going to assume that you know how to create a Facebook, that you can walk through the steps, and so on and so forth. I'm going to actually take you from there, and then we're going to go through and we're going to start monetizing and really kind of creating a brand behind this. The first thing I want you to know, I'm not guaranteeing you, this is an official earnings statement here. I'm not going to guarantee you that you're going to make any money from anything that I recommend that you do here. That's the first thing. Second thing is, everything that I'm going to talk about and that share with you is going to be based on methods and strategies that I personally use for me, what I have success with. I cannot guarantee you're going to have the same success. So please go into this with an open mind and take the tips from this and learn from it. It's a little warm today. If you hear the noise in the background, like I said, I'm in the Bay Area, so you guys know where my hotel's at is a little closer to the freeway and things like that. So if you hear some noise in the background, please forgive me. All right, so let's go ahead and get this. Let's turn this. Let's get some share screen action going here. You kidding me? All right, guys. So once again, on the hotel internet, I cannot cover what it is I'm going to have to cover. I'm going to have to do an actual video and upload it. So, okay, first and foremost, there's going to be a link in the description below. We're going to get through this. It might take a few minutes, but it's okay. That video, that link is an actual fan page. And what you're going to want to do in that fan page, for those of you who are, maybe struggling with Facebook, make sure that you go in there and you set up something exclusively to yourself. And again, I'm sorry for that. I totally forgot that limitations with the bandwidth. I think that's what it is. More than likely, a lot of you are going to be focusing on is, how can you centralize your message? Well, for me, I like to use Facebook. So what I'm going to do now, impromptu, I'm going to use my little cards here. We're going to do Facebook. Okay. Now, my nephew, I literally, so we're going to do Facebook. Facebook, there you go. Facebook is obviously, it's the largest person directory in the world. It has 1.4 billion people with a B. Okay, and inside of Facebook, you can create an actual fan page, not a community page, not a group page, your own fan page. Okay, the reason why a lot of people have strayed away, a lot of brands have strayed away from these types of pages are for many reasons. One, they set it up improperly from the beginning. Two, they spent a whole bunch of money on pay-per-click and it just didn't work for them. And three, it just, I mean, when it comes down to it, it wasn't set up properly. So the very first thing is I'm going to encourage you all to actually go and set up a fan page. If you actually have a website that you can direct it to, maybe a Twitter or an Instagram page or whichever the case, if you have any type of social property on the net, make sure you include that as your actual reference. Or if you actually have a web, again, a website that is your own, then include that in there. It's going to give you link juice back to your actual web property. That's a PR9 link, even though their PageRank really is no longer a factor within Google. What it does is it gives you a highly relevant, high authoritative link going back to wherever it is you're trying to point it to. So that's the first thing you want to do. The second thing is you want to optimize your profile page and optimize the header. Again, I'm sorry I can't show you this. I was totally expecting to be able to do this on the fly. Sorry. So I'm just going to have to do some videos to really touch base on this in the future. So you're just going to have to watch my face, take down notes, and go from there. But again, when you subscribe to my channel, you're going to see I cover a lot of the stuff in my trainings. So when you use Facebook, what happens within Facebook and that fan page in particular is a lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot of just everyday people, they relate to Facebook. A lot of people, as I found out yesterday, they're not using Facebook. I was shocked when I found out that, when a lot of these business owners and a lot of, these guys were veterans, so I felt really inclined to really talk to them, write down everything. I mean, I wrote these guys a checklist on what to do. So I'm going to cover exactly what I talked to them about. So first things first is, create a Facebook fan page. Okay, if you're a local business, set it up as a local business page. Okay, there's two reasons for that. One, it is indexed just like a Yelp page or a Yellow Pages page. Facebook allows you to be exactly the same. Let's say a Yellow Pages or a Yelp. It does exactly the same thing. It allows you to be rated. It allows people who are your customers to really enjoy the experience. The second thing, okay, there's many in here. The second thing is when they get on their actual mobile phones, folks, when they're in your place of establishment, they can actually check in. And that's what you want. When people are actually in the vicinity and they can go to Facebook, a lot of people don't even get out of Facebook. And with it growing at the rate that it's growing at, you guys, Facebook is its own entity. Okay, even though I'm doing this video right now on YouTube, which is the #3 overall website in the world and the #1 video sharing website in the world, this is primarily how I do a lot of my SEO. Okay, which is search engine optimization, but how I get a lot of people interested so they can see my face, they can see the instruction videos that I provide, and so on and so forth. But getting back to you all, set up a Facebook fan page. Make sure that you business owners, even if you're just somewhere that you're in a mall, or if you're just, you're wanting to set up a brick and mortar based location, set up a Facebook fan page for your business. Okay, it's very important that you understand that because one, people can check in. Okay, when they check in, that means that it's adding relevance to your page. Remember, Google, Bing, Yahoo, they spider Facebook fan pages, and when you set these up properly, like I'm going to do my best to instruct you on how to do, then what you need to do is you need to use that to your advantage. Okay, so when you set up a Facebook fan page, you have a good profile image. Make sure that it encompasses your business. Okay, I'm going to do further breakdowns. Again, I'm sorry that I can't show you here. I was totally wanting to break this down, do an actual breakdown with a mind map and examples. So hopefully you guys can understand that. Okay, so set up a good profile page. Second thing is a good header image. That's the one, you got the little box here saying, hey, that's your profile. Right above all that is a header image. Okay, make sure that pops. Make sure that shows your brand. Make sure that shows your intent. But more importantly, this is what I want you to do. I want you in that header image to make sure and ask them to like and get notifications. Sorry guys, I was planning on doing this on the fly, and if I didn't spell it right, get notifications. Okay, the reason for that, all these brands that actually did these like campaigns, they did all the things that they did. What happened as a result? They got all these likes, but then when they were sending out updates, people were not getting their updates. And due to the new update that Facebook kicked out, the Edge rank they did last year, what that did was it decreased the amount of people that actually see your post. That's essentially what happens. Okay, but there's a workaround for that, you guys. The workaround is the get notifications tab. Okay, I've been testing this on literally hundreds of pages. Okay, hundreds of pages, and this is something I do. I love Facebook. I love marketing with Facebook, but more importantly, you should love it too, because it's the largest person directory in the world and just happens to be the king of all social media traffic. All right. So remember, good profile image, whether it be your face or your business, make sure that is included in there. Okay. The second, there's a big old profile image up there. Make sure and use it. There are many people who do not use that to their advantages. If you go to if you're watching this on my YouTube channel right now, you guys will know. You know, I optimize everything. I kept that Facebook fan page brand new so I can actually do it on the fly. I'm going to do some instructional videos as a workaround for this training video. So that's the first thing. The second thing, so hopefully you get everything optimized. You fill in the short description, the long description. And what I'm going to actually do for everybody here, because of this workaround, after this actual hangout, I'm going to include a discount link. I have a, and you can Google this right now. It's easy how-to Facebook fan page training, and you'll see. And the #1 result there. I'm on Udemy, and I have many students on there that take this course. But what I'm going to do for you guys exclusively, because I was planning on doing some of this training for you today, I'm going to give you guys a $90 discount. I'm going to give it to you for $7. I'll include that link after the fact. So, you know, I'm going to have to go in there and make a modification on the fly here, because it's just me, my computer, and now you who's watching it. So you guys are going to get $90 off a Udemy course that I have a lot of updates that I'm going to be bringing to that anyway. So, you know, you guys can get a free, pretty much it's $90 off. You're going to get it for $7, that course in itself. So we could talk about next. Now that you're on Facebook, you put a nice image out there, a nice header image. Now we're going to talk about posting schedules. Okay, many of you, and this is what I noticed yesterday. One of the guys had a Facebook fan page, and I looked it up, and I felt horrible for the guy that, you know, he just didn't know how to do it right, because he was a technophobe. And you know what? Luckily for you, for myself, we all know that I've been a technophobe. I understand. I got through that. My willingness to make the mistakes, to fail forward, and to do what it took to succeed is what's really got me to this point. So getting to the posting schedule, everyone, you have to post more than once a day. I know that sounds like a novel concept. I know that seems like it's strange. It seems like it's a lot of work. It really isn't. Folks, you can get a spare 30 minutes, an hour in a week, and you can post out your schedule. And again, I'm going to provide a massive discount. I wasn't planning on doing that, but it's a workaround for those of you who want to know more about Facebook. So what I'm suggesting that you do is that you post a minimum of 3 to 4 times a day. I know that sounds crazy, but it really isn't. You can actually schedule out the post in the morning. You can have somebody who works for you do that, or you can do it yourself. It's really easy to do. On the bottom left, okay, I'm going to do it on the, it's reverse as I'm doing this because this is mirrored. It's like where all this training is over here. On the bottom of your Facebook fan page, you guys are going to see a little clock. All you got to do is click that clock, and you schedule out when you want it to actually post, whether it be sometime during the day, maybe tomorrow. There are limitations that Facebook has put on that with regard to the amount of time and as far out as you can post. I think there's 120 days or 90 days that you can post out to. Don't recommend that because they're on to you then, and then they know that you're posting that. But anyway, post 3 to 4 times a day. And the reason why I say that is when you actually post, make sure that you are engaging everybody on your actual fan page. Remember, you ask them to like and you ask them to get notifications. So when you're posting regularly, they're going to be introduced to your message on a regular basis. Some businesses don't see it that way. Some businesses think, as I found out yesterday, they think, isn't it, you know, I don't want to post that much. I'm like, why? Why wouldn't you want to post that much? Then I ask the question, like I'm going to ask you, when you listen to radio commercials, I just came from New York, and there was a commercial that I heard practically every time it came on. There was a car dealership up there, and they were posting, you know, regular commercials, and they were branding themselves with a specific way that they were branding themselves. And I thought it was ingenious. A lot of people get taken back by it, but you know what? You don't become one of the largest car dealerships in all of the state of New York without doing something right. And that's, you know, for those of you in that area, you probably know who I'm talking about. It's huge. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so that's for all the folks up there in the Albany, the New York region. They know who that is because you're inundated with that message constantly. So when I say post 3 to 4 times a day, that means morning, noon, afternoon, you know, and inside that training I provide you, I'm going to introduce you to a software where you can actually put your page in there, and it's going to give you recommendations that are for free. Okay, it's a free resource that a lot of people don't know about, but I include that as far as that training. That in itself, they should be charging a massive amount of money for, but they don't. It's free, and I'm going to provide that service to you on that site for you inside the training there. So you can pick that up for $7. So 3 to 4 times a day. If you're anything like I've done, I've posted an hour, every hour and 10, every hour and 15 minutes for my pages because I have a certain sequence that I go in, and I've tested this, and every hour for me has worked. Only because I don't provide the same, you know, just an image, or I don't just, you know, hashtag it, or whichever the case. Which I'm going to get into some of the rules now. So if you're already inundated with 3 to 4 times in a day. Okay, if you don't want to post that much, you don't have to. It's just a recommendation. But one thing that I highly recommend that you do, okay, first, ask a question that you know the answer to. In other words, do you want some high quality marketing training? Yes or no? You just probably shook your head and said, yeah, I want some high quality marketing training. Well, I'm giving it to you so that I know the answer is yes. So you probably just said, yes, I want highly regarded marketing training. Remember, ask a question you know the answer to. That's the first step. That's step 1. Step 2 is give a call to action. Okay, call to action may mean like this page, comment below, share this, or whichever the case. Or maybe your image that you actually included in that post does that for you. But remember, step 2 is make sure you give a good, strong call to action. Step 3, one of the most overlooked that I've seen, which, you know, again, I've built hundreds of pages. I kind of know Facebook a little bit. I've been around it a little bit. You want to include 3 to 5 hashtags. Okay, when I say hashtags, it's that little pound symbol, the little pound symbol. And you know what? That's my next course, by the way. It's coming out on Udemy. And everybody here that actually likes this video and you leave a comment below, I'm going to give you free access to that. That's going to be, once I actually introduce that as a cost, that's going to be a $97 course. But for you guys, it's going to be free. So make sure you like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, because I always do stuff like this for people who subscribe to my channel. Anyway, so you can get a free course on top of that. That one will be free to you. But 3 to 5 hashtags. Okay, so if your fan page is about phones, then hashtag smartphone, hashtag Samsung smartphone, hashtag cool smartphone, whatever. Okay, whatever it is, include 3 to 5 hashtags that are relevant to your topic that you're actually posting about. Okay, that's step 3. Remember, step 1, ask a question you know the answer to. Step 2, give a good, strong call to action. You know, include those emojis. If you can do the like, you know, hey, like this page, or like this post, or like this status, etc. And that's what I was going to show you guys on. I have a test fan page that I did on a trending topic that, folks, I don't post on it very regularly, and there's 6,500 people. There's people right now who are liking that page, and I didn't post I posted 3 weeks ago. Okay, hashtags just flat out work, because hashtags, as you're going to learn from this training, are going to transcend to other platforms that you're probably not using. Okay, so that's Facebook, you guys. 1, okay, give a nice profile image. 2, you know, create a nice header image. Okay, and make sure that you include in there, you guys, like and get notification. Have something in that header image that says like and get notification, and then have arrows pointing down. Okay, highly recommend that you do that. That will increase your likelihood of getting people to like and to get notifications on your page. I've proven it over and over and over and over. So you need to do that. Okay, do it. Just do it. Don't even think about it. Just do it. It's not going to hurt you. People are going to talk about edge ring. See, what they don't talk about is when you get that little get notification, and people get your notifications, that means that every time you post, that little red icon will show up where the globe's at, saying, hey, this is a notification from your fan page. All right. If you're doing it 3 to 4 times a day, granted, that could hurt you. But if you're doing, you know, a couple posts a day, for me, I've done it once. I've shifted my posting schedule from an hour to hour and 5 minutes to hour and 10 to hour and 15, and I've done this on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so when I schedule out my post, I do it hourly. Okay, just because I want to be a little bit more aggressive. I want to build up an organic reach, and I was going to show you, but sorry, can't do that now because of the limitations of the hotel bandwidth. All right, so recapping, that's Facebook. Okay, business owners, set up a Facebook fan page for your business. Why? It competes with Yelp. It competes with Yellow Pages. You can get rated on that, and the more ratings you get via Facebook, and you give them the flexibility to use Facebook on their smartphones when they're in your establishment, it increases your chances of more customers coming in, because it's going to look like you are an authoritative figure, especially when people give you a star rating, okay, or 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. Hopefully you're providing a great service. The second thing is you're going to be, 1, you're going to be found within Facebook. 2, when somebody is looking for your location, here's one of the most beautiful parts about setting up a Facebook fan page for business is not only is it the same as Yelp or Yellow Pages, but it's integrated with Google Maps. Okay, they've disassociated themselves with Bing, just so you guys know. All right, so but whatever your so if you notice, you anytime you search inside Facebook, before you go in and you see the things with Bing and you see the Bing ads, you don't get those anymore. Okay, that changes. It was implemented months ago. Okay, so that's a little bit of a subtle change. Facebook, with its 1.4 billion users, is now, I mean, there's nothing bigger outside of Google. Okay, Google is the biggest player in the game with regard to search engines and providing the best search engine experience. Facebook is providing the best social media experience. Okay, and that's why they've done some of the things that they've done. Okay, so when you actually have somebody that's in your vicinity, say, look, we're in this little vicinity here, and they check in, that means 1, you're increasing your chances of getting a like. 2, you're gonna have GPS directions to your location. Okay, let that sink in for a second. Let's just say somebody wants to, I'm in the Bay Area, somebody wants to find a great place to eat in the Bay Area. Boom, they type it in and say they're on Facebook. And a lot of people are not leaving Facebook because they can get all their information in there. I'm going to get onto another social media site here in a minute. But when you do that, your business is going to be found by Google. It's going to be, when people start rating you, you're going to become more relevant, and you're going to be found organically inside of Google, Yahoo, Bing, and as well Facebook. Okay, so I highly recommend you do that. Sorry I can't show you that, but I'm going to give you guys I'm going to take $90 off of my course. You can get it for $7, and for everybody who actually likes this video and comments below, I'm going to give you free access to a Udemy course that I'm going to be publishing very, very soon. Okay. All right. So that's Facebook. And I can go on and on and on with Facebook, you guys. There's just a lot of things people just are not doing with Facebook that drives me crazy. And when I talked to my fellow veterans yesterday, I felt horrible for them that they weren't using Facebook. Okay. So remember, profile image, header image, okay, posting schedule up to 3 times, maybe 4 times a day. If you're a little bit more aggressive like I am, I've done it up to 12, 13 times a day. It's only because I know when a good posting schedule is, and that's why I'm giving you $90 off of my actual course, because in there I give you a secret resource that you can find out when the best time to actually post your updates. Believe it or not, that there are the best times to actually post when people are looking for your content. All right, so then when you get to your posting schedule, remember 3 to 4 times a day. If you want maybe 1 to 3, that's fine. Okay, but make sure you're posting at least every day. Okay, I highly recommend. In my training course, I show you how people are doing it. Some of these successful millions of liked fan pages, how they're actually having success, and they're doing it once an hour. Okay, I don't recommend you do that. You don't have to do that. Don't overwhelm yourself with that, but do up to about 3 times a day. I say 3, 4, 5 times a day. It just depends on you, but at least once a day. I mean, if nothing else, post at least once a day to your Facebook fan page. Okay. All right. When you do that, remember, ask a question you know the answer to. Make sure that you know the answer, whether it be yes, whether it be no. It evokes an emotion. Step 2, make sure that you actually give a strong call to action. Hey, like this page, comment below. Hey, what do you think? If you agree with this, like this or share this, whichever the case. Okay. Strong call to action. Step 3 inside that, provide 3 to 5 like or associated hashtags. Okay, I'm not talking this great pin is wonderful and is easily writes, you know, what I mean. Don't put something in there that's just an enormous length in hashtag. It's not going to transcend anything. The reason why I tell you hashtags, folks, is hashtags. If you ever notice this, you'll see a little trending box in Facebook, and it says what's trending right now on Facebook. Okay, let's just say you're covering a topic that's covered by one of those trends. You're going to be found inside there. Think of it as a mini search engine. Okay, think of it as mini search results people are actually looking for on. Sorry, guys. New hotel, new set of circumstances. And what happens for your specific keywords? People are going to see your posts, and people are actually clicking on those trending items. That's because Facebook incorporated that search feature, and they support hashtags as of 2013. So it's not something that's new, folks. It's something that if you use the right kind of hashtags, you're going to get more and more visibility, especially within Facebook. And again, excuse the background noise. And last but certainly not least, and I didn't cover this before, if you have somewhere that you can capture names and email addresses, do that, folks. That's a secondary way for you actually to capture these names and email addresses so that you can follow up with them if you don't do it already. But make sure you do that. That's just something, that's a completely separate subject, but that's Facebook, okay? That's Facebook. I'm not saying spam. I'm not saying do things unethical. I'm giving you a nice blueprint right there. That's just Facebook. Okay, what's the next one? What's the next social media marketing tip that you want to know about? The second one is Instagram. Okay, I'm going to cover 3 of them in here. And the last one is going to be Pinterest, just so you guys know. Or you can use Google+. I mean, really, this is interchangeable. I use all of them, but I'm going to cover 3. Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Okay, Instagram. All right, so one of the most beautiful features of Instagram is that it's mobile only. Okay, what a lot of you don't understand, and why I keep telling you to use hashtags, and why I'm putting out this new course, is inside Instagram, And just so you guys know, Instagram is owned by Facebook. Just so you guys know that, just in case you never caught that history lesson in the past, or when they acquired them a few years ago. Instagram is, in my opinion, is going to do things that Facebook never could. And that's just my opinion, only because they learned a lot of lessons from the WhatsApp and the Instagram platforms that allow them to, once Instagram kicks out their paid platform, they're going to be able to target people like Facebook never could. Okay, that's why Facebook's a little bit more expensive right now. Excuse me, guys. So Instagram. Why do I like Instagram? One, you put images on there. You can take images of anything. I mean, I could take a picture right now of this screen and post it on, I should probably do that. I might do that then there. But on Instagram, because it's an emerging social media platform, but secondly, it's one of the most viral sources of traffic you can get on the internet. That's number two. And number three, and probably the most important, is it's the fastest growing social media network ever in the history of the internet. Instagram is it. Okay, so there's a lot of features to Instagram. You can share an image, you can share up to a 15-second video. But then what's great about it is they have those built-in emojis that you can use, and people relate to those emojis. But last, the hashtag feature. Folks, I don't know if many of you know this, but Instagram, you can share up to 30 different hashtags. Let that sink in for a second. So what I'm getting at here is, what if you're a local business, okay, and say I'm in the Fremont area right now. Let's just say I did something for Fremont, California, Bay Area. I hashtagged all these. You know what's going to happen on Instagram? People are going to find this stuff. People are going to see that reviews. People are going to see that video testimonial. They're going to see that image, that branded image, or they're going to see some of the things that are incorporated with that. Okay, so Instagram, just like Facebook, is very, very important that you use hashtags. Okay, let that sink in. This one's not going to be as long because this social media lesson, because Facebook's a little bit more intuitive, and again, I can go on and on about that. But Instagram, remember, Instagram is owned by Facebook, so that when you actually share that, if you remember, if any of you that go inside of Instagram, I don't want to take your time up and log into it, but you can share on Twitter and Facebook. Keep that in mind as you make your updates on Instagram. These can be shared on Twitter and Facebook simultaneously while you're actually making your update. So just keep in mind that you can update your information onto the largest social media network, but also some of the other huge networks that are out there. Okay, the reason why I like Instagram a ton is, again, the hashtag feature, folks. Just keep in mind, okay, that these hashtags, just like Facebook, Instagram's a little different animal because Instagram is built primarily on, they've been, just like Twitter has. Twitter's been supporting the hashtag since 2007. Instagram was one of the first to adapt it, and they built their whole social media platform in support of the hashtag. So that's why it's key that you understand that. I'm sure you see these commercials. I'm sure you hear these people say hashtag this or hashtag that, or they're branding their commercials with a specific hashtag or whichever the case. Folks, make sure that you're using Instagram, and whether it be one image, whatever, take a picture of it. If you haven't spruced up the image, make sure that you use the hashtags, because it just flat out works. And this was part of the actual case study I was going to show you guys with my account, where I was going to show you that I use X amount I actually used up to 30 hashtags, and I got one image to go, I don't know, got 90 or 100 likes in a span of 2 days. I don't have a lot of followers on Instagram on purpose, okay? I haven't used Instagram, but when I've tested out the theory, folks, when I post regularly on there, my viewership has gone up. I'm not going to share the ones that I have done this for branded Instagram, only because I don't think it's fair. It'll take away from the integrity of that page, and I don't want people to copycat that. But there were some that I was using this premise. I was using 3 different branded Instagram accounts that they have results to the roof just because I've implemented the use of a hashtag. So the reason why this goes hand in hand with Facebook and why you need to incorporate this is because of that hashtag. You can geo-target or geolocate what it is that you're trying to say. So if you're having a special, maybe you're a restaurant owner and you're having a special tonight, you could do a couple different hashtags, or you take a couple pictures of a couple entrees or appetizers, and you hashtag that with your local area, surrounding area, you know, where you're located, and you're going to find out that you're going to get more interaction just as a result. The thing to remember there is you get 15 seconds on Instagram to plug yourself. Now, notice I didn't tell you, Facebook, that you can upload videos and all that stuff, because they do support video just like Facebook does, just like YouTube. But Instagram, that's built into their feature. Okay, you get up to 15 seconds. All right, so you can do all sorts of cool things. They got all these little filters in there, and you can make a little mini commercial if you'd like. Okay, that's what I highly recommend any of you, especially if you're having, you know, your difficulty understanding all the social media stuff. Again, Instagram is the easiest barrier to entry. Excuse me, easiest barrier to entry, only because you don't have to really have a branded presence. You can actually get that when you start to tag your status updates and your posts, you know, with hashtags, or you have these cool images that are branded with a specific hashtag that you want to be found for. Okay, huge market, guys. It's the fastest growing social media network of all time. All right, and last but certainly not least, because there's many of them out there, folks. I can go into LinkedIn. I can go, I mean, for those of you guys that know this right now, you can find me on Udemy right now. I have a what is LinkedIn and how to use LinkedIn. It's a basic course. It's actually, I'm closing on the free portion of that here in 6 days. At the end of May, after that, I'm taking it offline. I'm going to charge $67 for that course. And I'm going to be adding a lot of new content to it. But right now, I'm giving it away to help people succeed with LinkedIn. But I'm not going to talk about LinkedIn. I'm going to talk about Pinterest. Why Pinterest? Well, Facebook is the king of social media traffic. Pinterest is the queen. Okay, it's the second. I mean, I throw Instagram in there because it's a very big source of viral traffic. Okay, it is, you know, because there's people that share statistics on it and things like that. But with my experience, I can tell you Instagram is an invaluable tool, and you need to use it. Okay, you have to use it. You have to use it. Do not sleep on Instagram. I can't stress that enough. So now, last but certainly not least, Pinterest. Pinterest, the reason why I like Pinterest is they have completely switched up their whole platform. They've modified it to actually accommodate hashtags. They've modified it to accommodate local searches. Okay, so now a lot of you can actually have Pinterest accounts, and you can geo-target, geolocate based off of some of the how you doing there, Real Legend? Thanks for you know, popping in. Hello to you too. Hopefully you guys are getting something out of this. I'm going to try and monitor the comments and do this all at the same time, so hopefully you guys are getting something out of this. But when you're using Pinterest, you can actually geolocate your actual business or wherever you're at, and you can provide that type of geo-targeting within Pinterest as well. How beneficial do you think that it can be, especially if, say, you're a brand new restaurant startup, or maybe you're somebody who is just starting up something. Maybe you're putting on a concert. Maybe you're a local band, and your guys are you're doing something maybe at a dive bar or somewhere that not many people know. You can actually include these updates in advance. Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, because they're geo-targeted, they're geolocated, so that you can actually use the mapping features inside of your actual phones, so that when people see this, they can actually get directions to where you're at. That's why I love Pinterest. Pinterest, like I said, folks, there's a lot of functionality that's built into Pinterest, but using these three properties in general, or what I spoke to my fellow veterans yesterday as I was flying. As I told you, a lot of this came about because I met some veterans who were coming out here to pitch their business at a conference, and I just got to just chit-chatting with them, and next thing you know, I couldn't believe it, how much money they were throwing at advertising and flyers and all this, and didn't have any type of a presence on social media. I was terrified for them. I couldn't believe that they weren't using the most valuable platform, the most viral platforms that there are out there right now. Okay, and that's why I covered these three. So again, this is all really to salute the veterans and really provide you guys useful resources. Again, I'm sorry that I can't show you my screen because of my hotel and the bandwidth issues. For some reason, I can't. I don't have the luxury of being able to share that with you. It just goes to, it'll blank out the screen and it won't even show you anything. You'll hear my voice, but you won't be able to see anything. So I learned that from a couple previous Hangouts that I did, and it just, that's why I'm giving everything to you verbatim from my face. Actually, on the, if you saw behind this screen and you saw what I have in the background, I got a bubble set. I got a mind map set up. I've got a Facebook fan page I was going to show you, Instagram page, etc. That I was going to show you all this stuff with. But, you know, sorry, I can't. Hopefully, you're just going to take my word for it and start to implement. So, you know, the same thing applies with Pinterest, you guys. Inside Pinterest, there's a lot of things that are not, people just don't know how to do on Pinterest. And it's amazing to me because it's a, you know, fairly new platform, just like Instagram, but there's so much functionality and there's so much virality built into all three of these platforms that I'm talking about. And, you know, again, Pinterest, I think they're still on the you know, on, they really haven't integrated the hashtag feature as much. I still use it. Okay, I've been using the hashtag feature for two plus years right now inside Pinterest, and I'm found for a lot of those just because I always hashtag. I saw the writing on the wall after that San Diego fire back in 2007, and then when I saw the tweet up feature, you know, notice I'm not mentioning Twitter. I mean, I can if you guys want. You just got to leave me comments below or just tell me whichever the case as you follow up with this, but. You guys, those three social media platforms, I guess I'll do it over here. Those three platforms, they're going to help you. They will help you. Okay, again, let's recap, and I'm going to shut this down because I know a lot of you, if you haven't gone out to, you know, say thank you to a veteran. I know this is my way of doing it. This is why I want to provide training, and I'm sorry that I can't do it the way I wanted to, but hopefully you get something out of that regardless. But first things first, set up a Facebook fan page. There's so much misinformation out there about Facebook. Don't listen to it, guys. Please don't listen to it. It's complete crap. It's rubbish. You know, and that's what I was going to show you on this. I was going to show you, I started an absolute brand new Facebook fan page branded to me. Okay, because yesterday I was noticing they're like, hey, what are you, ShareBeat? What are you, AB Hotspots? Hey, what are you known for? What do you know? How are we going to know you? And it's kind of strange, but I never really looked to brand myself. So now I'm going to start doing that. So I was going to show you verbatim for me. So make sure you set up a Facebook fan page. It's really easy to do. It's not hard to do at all. And it's free. Okay, you already use Facebook now. 1.4 billion people use Facebook. If you're not using it, you're missing out. Set it up for business. Make sure you put a good profile image. Make sure, again, if you haven't noticed a thing, hashtagging it. Associate something branded in that profile image with yourself. Excuse me. On the header image, excuse me, right above that, make sure that you give a good, strong, you know, image, something that can be, you know, relatable. And I'm glad you're here too. Thanks for showing up. It's the real legend, guys. So have you guys seen? I actually have the comment section on now, so I'm going to start integrating, making this more interactive. So thanks a lot for showing up. Hopefully you're getting something out of this, and I'm glad you're here as well. So just so you guys know, when you have a good profile image, you have a good header image, and then, like I said, follow the rules like I told you with setting up as a business page. Why? That business page is integrated into these smartphones, you guys. You're already using Facebook as it is, but when you actually go about using the fan page to set up your business, you're giving yourself a huge advantage. Okay, one, you're allowing your user to check in. Two, you're allowing them to rate your business. When they rate your business, it does the same thing as a Yelp or Yellow Pages. It's doing exactly the same thing, but it's doing it within Facebook. Okay, so it's using a very, very authoritative link Facebook, and it's using your Facebook and it's driving traffic to that, and it's allowing people to see your message. Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, 2, make sure that, and follow these rules to a T, folks. Okay, when you do a status update or you do a post, again, what did I recommend? 3 to 5 a day. If you can't do that many, at least post once a day, worst case scenario. For me, I post up to 12, 13 times a day for some of my pages, just because I'm following the success pattern that I know that I've been testing out for the last 18 months. So I know it works for me, and I have the time to do that. If you don't, then post at least once a day. But if you have a little bit more time, maybe up to 3 times, maybe a little more, and follow these rules. Okay, write this down. Take a pencil out, piece of paper, pen, paper. Okay, write this down first. Okay, if you don't include an image, make sure that you include an image. Okay, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can automatically just take the image, like say you do a Google search and you pull up that image and you just type it in there and it auto-populates. That's one way you can do it. Okay, if you want to do it that way and you want to pass on the link juice, you can. Okay, there's another way you do it. All you got to do is hit that little photo, add photo image, and you put that same link in there. It's going to auto-populate it for you, and you can actually populate the status update as is. Okay, it's something I recommend. It's something I include in some of that training. But write these down. Here's the rules, because these work like a charm. Okay, 1, ask a question you know the answer to. Like in my case, it's the clouds have cleared out. It's sunny outside. So the question I'd ask is, hey, are you enjoying the day today on Memorial Day here in the Bay Area? Who wouldn't say yes? That means there's a few clouds in the sky. It's sunny. It's really nice outside. And of course, most people are going to say, yeah, it's great outside. So they're going to like it. So then what's the next thing? After I've already got them, by asking them a question that I already know the answer to, what's number 2? Give them a strong call to action to follow that up. So then you say, hey, well, if you're enjoying this sunny day like I am, then make sure and like this post, or make sure and share this post, or make sure and comment below. Okay? That, by giving them a strong call to action, will everybody do it? No. Will a lot of people do it? Yes. It depends on your message. And just so you guys know, I do the headset just so there's no, you don't hear all the other stuff. It actually filters out. It's a good headset for that. Anyway. The third thing that you do, okay, remember, ask a question you know the answer to. 2, give a strong call to action. 3, hashtag it. 3 to 5 hashtags. Remember, Facebook's a little different than Instagram, okay, and I'm going to cover those rules here in a second from Instagram, but 3 to 5 hashtags. You don't want to overdo it. You really want to only provide 3 to 5. That's a rule that I have. I vary that up. I don't do it the same every time. I don't give anyone a reason to think that I'm doing anything unethically or I'm doing anything robotic. Okay, but make sure these hashtags are like. Okay, let's just say that I'm saying Memorial Day training here, and I'm hashtagging this. I'm going to say Bay Area, Cali, internet marketing training, Bay Area, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Make sure that you include like hashtags or keywords, but make sure and put that little hashtag sign. See the little, I got a little, okay, there you go. That hashtag, that little pound sign is very, very valuable because it creates internally searched pages in Facebook, and it's going to allow you to be found by other like-minded people. Okay, so it has a very, very intuitive purpose to why you need to do that. Okay, hopefully you guys are understanding that. And last but certainly not least, make sure that if you're collecting names and email addresses, send them to that. Tell them to join your network. Tell them, you know, give them something free. Give something that's free so that they keep coming back to your page. All right. And what I forgot to mention, let me back up. When you do your header image here, okay, make sure that you ask them to like and get notifications. That is extremely important, folks. I covered that earlier on in this. Why is that? That's your way of getting your, you know, increasing your organic reach on Facebook. That's the workaround. Okay, you could ask them to follow you as well. It's what I mean, but if they get notifications and they follow you, they're going to see every one of your updates. I can assure you of that. Okay, I've proven it, I've tested it, and I highly, 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 highly recommend that you do that. That's the way you do it on Facebook. Okay, you're gonna get better organic reach, and it's still tailored to the pay-per-click marketing now on Facebook, but that's the way of getting it organically. And too bad I can't show you right now. I was gonna show you a real live demo of a trending topic that I use that I haven't posted in 3 weeks, and people are still liking posts from 3 weeks ago. So it's really up to you. Now, that's Facebook. There's a lot of rules to Facebook, and because I can't show you today, I'm going to take $90 off of my Udemy course so you can get it for $7. So after this, I'm going to provide a link below of where you can get my Udemy course. And, you know, all you got to do is like this, subscribe, comment below. All right, just like the real legend has done. All right. Now, that's Facebook. Second is Instagram. Now, folks, just because you see all these kids posting on Instagram, they're making these, you know, they're liking or they're sharing these Instagram posts. Do not mistake simplicity for what I consider to be the all-time greatest resource we've ever had, which is Instagram. And that's just because now I'm ahead of the curve. Now I've been doing this long enough. I do understand what to watch for now, whereas I didn't before. And I'm telling you guys, look into my eyes here. Look into my eyes here. Instagram, use it. Just like you would Facebook, just like you would anything else, okay? Make sure that you are branding your images with a hashtag that's associated with you, okay? If you don't, it's okay, but something that has your branding in it. If you don't have your own branding, like with those of you who know me, you guys know ShareBeat. Today, this is my profile image on Facebook now. Okay, so I use exactly what was on my profile image because I shared this with the folks on Facebook. Said, hey, check this out because this is my tribute to Memorial Day to veterans and those who were brave enough to actually serve this country, just like I did, but they've passed. Okay, so this is my Memorial Day marketing tips that I'm providing for you guys. So this is my way of branding. Okay. If you've seen any of the other videos, I always brand this with whatever it is I'm talking about, whether it be me. If it's about me, then I'm talking about ShareBeat. You'll always see a little image. And by the way, you don't see it up above here. This is Hangout Magics, okay? Hangout Magics with an X at the end. So, all right. So I've given, you know, this is a free overlay. All you see, this is all free. I didn't pay for this. I just adjusted this on the fly using their web-based app. Downloaded it and uploaded it here and used the little I guess all right, sorry. I get turned around with this. So over there's the Hangout toolbar. What is it called actually? I lied to you. It's the toolbox. Okay, it's the Hangout toolbox that allows you to actually put these overlays on here, and what makes you spruce them up. Okay, so getting back to Instagram, okay, make sure you're branding it. Hopefully I beat that, you know, hopefully that's, you know, you get the point. Okay, so when you actually brand yourself, you know, people are going to identify with that, just like they would McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or Starbucks or Penske or whatever, or Marriott or whichever the case. So, excuse me, I'm going to drink a little bit of water. Sorry about that. So when you actually brand yourself, what it is, it establishes brand recognition, and people are going to start trusting you. They're going to like you, and they're going to follow your stuff. And hopefully, by me providing as much information, maybe you're going to follow my stuff, and hopefully you do. I mean, if you don't, hey, I'm doing the best I can to provide that for you. So with that being said, keep in mind, it follows the same rules, you guys. Follows the same rules. Instagram follows the same rules that Facebook does. 1, ask a question you know the answer to. 2, give a strong call to action, like this post, or hey, share this, or you know, whichever the case. Okay, good strong call to action, or you know, or visit this location, or whichever the case. Okay, give a strong call to action. I can't state that enough. Okay, remember, just the same. The rules are the same. Ask a question you know the answer to. 2, give a strong call to action. And 3, Unlike Facebook, where you have 3 to 5 hashtags you're going to include into the post, Instagram, you can include up to 30. Let that sink in. Up to 30. And I've tested this. I have tested this extensively, and I'm telling you, as soon as I tag something on Instagram using specific hashtags, I get immediate people liking it, whether they're on my list or not, or whether they're following me or not. People are liking this. They're liking my stuff, and then they're sharing it. That's the cool part. Okay, they're sharing it on the various social media outlets. Okay, and remember, with Instagram, just like Facebook, you can geo-target where it is that you're wanting them to visit. Where if you're a brick and mortar business, or maybe it's an event that you're attending, or maybe you're going to a convention. That's what I told the guys yesterday. You know, I was right there when they were setting up their Instagram account, and I was helping them out right there. And I had very limited time in between flights, and I just felt so inclined. I'm like, wow, these guys are doing it wrong. Why don't I just help them? So I was kind of almost essentially doing a lot of it for them, but then I was sharing what to do. And because all of you stayed here this long, I'm going to share a resource on Instagram that I use that's invaluable. It's called Tags for Likes. Okay, it's called Tags for Likes. You can download it on the Google Store. See, I have an Android, so you can go to iTunes, or you can go to the app stores, or whichever. It's called Tags for Likes. What that's going to do is that's going to give you a lot of different tags that are already popular. Okay, and it's something I've tested out. I'm not saying it all works, because some of it's not relevant. If you're posting something about this cool pin and you're putting girl or boy or cool car, that's not really relevant. Thank you for adding those notes in there. I appreciate that. And you know, one of the things that you have to understand by using that, you're going to get a lot of these hashtags that are just absolutely gold. Like for instance, hashtag follow, hashtag like for like. I mean, some of these, or hashtag love, hashtag swag. Okay, some of these have such high counts that you're going to get some immediate traction. But then there's these, the reason why I like using those hashtags is for another reason. Then you find the ones that aren't shared as much. If you sprinkle the hashtags that are there, that are popular, than some that aren't not so popular. But remember, if you're a brick and mortar business, geo-target. So in my case, because I'm in the Bay Area, I'm going to put Milpitas, I'm going to put Fremont, I'm going to put, you know, San Francisco, I'm going to put San Jose. These are going to be hashtags I would use right now if I was to hashtag this. If I was wanting to get more views to this video, and I want more people to see it, and I wanted to tell more people about it, all I have to do is geo-target this. So include California, San Jose, Fremont, Milpitas, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, Bay Area. Okay, so let's just say, I'm going to give a hypothetical now. Let's say you're a restaurant owner and you're holding a grand opening. Okay, and this grand opening, you're doing a specific special for this weekend only. It's a grand opening special. Many of you restaurant owners know about that. To drive in business, you're cutting off. You're doing it at half price, or whichever the case, right? Make sure that you're putting in there, you know, what type of cuisine is it? Are you an Italian cuisine? Are you an American cuisine? Are you Chinese? Are you Japanese? Are you Indian, or etc.? Hopefully you're starting to understand. Hopefully your brain is starting to work, and you're starting to see that you want to geo-target, and you want to use these hashtags that people are going to relate to. So if you're a restaurant, obviously restaurant special, grand opening, okay, Bay Area. Let's just say you're in Texas. You're in Austin. Maybe you're in Round Rock. Maybe you're in, et cetera. You know, Pflugerville, whichever the case. I mean, if you're in Austin, that works there. But here in the Bay Area, I'm going to use Milpitas, Fremont, Bay Area, San Jose, Oakland, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So hopefully you're starting to see that. You want to geo-target your location, and you really want to be specific as you possibly can, and include that tags for likes feature, where you can go in and you can start grabbing some of those hashtags and including them as far as your top 30. Okay, do you have to tag up to 30 hashtags in there? No, you don't. But I highly recommend you do up to about 15. Okay, I've used all 30. I've tested. I've done 30, 25, 20. I've done an increment of 5. I've done it where just arbitrary numbers. And I'm telling you, the more that you include that's relevant to your location, the more eyes you're going to get on your stuff, especially within within Instagram. So, folks, that right there is gold. I'm telling you right now. Just like I told you about Facebook, Instagram. Remember, following the rules, just like in here. Ask a question you know the answer to. 2, give a strong call to action. 3, make sure to include the hashtags. Instagram, you can do a lot more hashtags because just like Facebook, it's found, it's supported. That's how their whole platform was built off of. And more importantly, it's mobile. Okay? Keep that in mind, you guys. Hashtags, whether you realize it or not, are going to be a key driving force for a lot of business development for those of you who use them properly. Okay, and then again, when you use that many hashtags, your chances of having your stuff retweeted or reposted and liked and things like that on Instagram is going to be a lot better. And just keep in mind, on Instagram you can share on Twitter and Facebook. So if you have that associated with an actual fan page, bingo. Okay, you're cross promoting just by doing one simple thing. Okay, that could be one of those posts you do on Facebook. All right, so last, so hopefully you guys got that. And then Pinterest. Pinterest is exactly the same. They have it now to where they have the mapping feature where for local businesses, you can use Pinterest to actual geo-target, have people find your stuff on Pinterest. And remember, Pinterest is just like Instagram in a sense where it's primarily images that are being shared. And most people don't realize this, but Pinterest supports the video uploads as well from YouTube, Vimeo, etc. So like I'm doing right now, I love doing these types of videos. I like doing these informative videos, and I love sharing these types of tips. So this is the way I like doing it. But a lot of people don't. Maybe you can have maybe you have a branded commercial to your actual business. Maybe you're an automotive center and you're doing a grand opening and you do something on Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. The traction you're going to get within these 3 social media outlets. Again, you can do it on Twitter. You can do it on Vine. You can do it on Instagram. You can do it on YouTube. You can do it on Google+. Folks, there's so many of them out there. I'm just focusing on 3 right now. Okay. 3. All right, so with Pinterest, okay, just keep in mind, like I said, Facebook is the king of social media traffic. Pinterest is the queen. Okay, it's the next most viral source of traffic you're going to get on the internet. And recently, they just rolled out a paid platform. So the days of being able to get the pay-per-click that you're using on Facebook, you can probably start transferring some of that over to Pinterest and get more traction in there as well. So Pinterest really works the same. It uploads just the same. It's a little different with regard to how it works with regard to Facebook and Instagram, but Pinterest is one of those sites that if you have visually stunning photos and it's appealed, maybe you branded it with those hashtags, or maybe you branded it with your brand. Remember, that's branding right here. That's the same thing. It's branding. This is my tribute to Memorial Day. So you can do it whatever way you like, but I highly recommend that you do that. Okay, so please keep that in mind. And I can't state that enough, you guys. Make sure that you're using these platforms in unison, because just like Pinterest, when you share on Pinterest, you can upload to Facebook, you can upload to Twitter. It works just the same. Okay, this is a way of cross-promoting on the social media platforms, and it really allows you to take your efforts to the next level. So, all right, guys, I've been talking on here for a while. Really, I wanted to have this more interactive, and I wanted to show you a lot more, but because I can't do that, I'm going to make a couple promises to you here. One, when you like this video, I'm going to actually include, I'm going to share with you guys a way to get my Facebook course for $7. Okay, it's $7. Right now, it's $97. If you want the Udemy right now, it's a $97 course. But because I can't show you what I wanted to show you, I'm going to actually take $90 off of that and provide that to you for $7. That's the first thing I'm going to do. The second thing is everybody who likes this video, okay, because this is remember, it's a Memorial Day training. This is my way of giving back. Once my Udemy course for hashtags is uploaded and it's actually accepted, what's going to happen next is I'm going to provide every single one of you a free coupon to that, so you can learn about hashtags and learn why I'm so passionate about hashtags and why I've focused so much on that in here. And last but certainly not least, when you guys provide comments below and things like that, you're letting me know how well I'm doing it. Do I need to focus on other things? Do I need to focus less on Facebook? Do I need to focus more on Instagram? Or maybe I need to focus on, like, say, Twitter, or whichever the case. Or in this case, for you guys that didn't know that, I put out a YouTube course on how you can actually get first page rankings using YouTube. And I do it all the time. Probably 98% of my videos, I rank for at least 5 different keywords that are built into that actual video. So I go into it with a big picture strategy to target other videos to rank for multiple keywords. So that's something I do as well. So you can too. I mean, I have those courses out there, and because today is so special, if there's enough interest in there, you guys, just let me know. Contact me. Leave a comment below, or here on you. If you're seeing this on YouTube, just contact me there. I'll be more than willing to follow up with you. Maybe you're seeing this on Google Plus. Just follow up with me, guys. I'm one of these people that I do realize that money can be an issue for some people, and for others, there's an abundance of it. And for those that want to learn more but they don't have the money, I'll always cut you guys a deal. And because you guys watch this, because you like this, I've got some stuff in store for you guys. So I really appreciate all of you guys taking the time here and watching this video. And I can't thank you enough for really stopping by, taking your time out of your busy day just to watch this, because really all I'm trying to do here is help you guys. I really wanted to pay tribute to the veterans and do my part and give back, and really want to enjoy this beautiful day now. So I'm going to get out of this hotel room and go catch up in the local area and go find out what's going on. So guys, one last recap: use Facebook, use Instagram, use Pinterest. You can use Twitter, you can use all of them, but those 3 platforms, I will assure you, you'll get a better return on investment for your time and for your effort, especially when you use them all correctly. All right, guys. I can't thank you enough for joining me here. So all I need you to do now, okay, 1, like this. 2, subscribe to the channel. And 3, leave a comment below. Tell me where I can help you out at, because folks, there's so many ways to do things that you probably don't realize, and this is just one of the ways that I like to do it. I like doing these. I like to inform people. I like to give instruction. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do it where it was over the shoulder. I can show you like I normally do, so you got to see my face the whole time. Hopefully that's all right with you. So as a prior United States Air Force airman myself, I salute all of our veterans, past and present, and thank you for making this free. Being an American, I don't take that for granted, and I don't take my freedom for granted. And everybody that took the time to watch this today, thank you too. If you're a veteran, or maybe somebody in your family is a veteran, make sure that you take the time and thank them, because they're doing something that's selfless, and they're keeping our country free, and they're protecting our freedoms. And that's really the whole reason why I want to do this training today. So thank you all so much for joining today. Make sure and like this video, subscribe, and if you have any questions, just follow up with me. It's an open forum. I'd love to help you guys out at any time. So remember, there's simple little things that you can do to increase your branding, and all this was spawned yesterday when I was flying here, and I ran across a couple of veterans that weren't doing it, and I wanted to make sure that I was going to do it last night, but I was a little too pooped out flying it all the way across country. It just kind of worn out, and I wanted to do it today. So hopefully you guys got something out of this. I sure meant to provide more with over the shoulder, but unfortunately my hotel just doesn't allow me to do it for some reason. So Thank you, guys. You guys have a great Memorial Day. Enjoy this beautiful weather. Hopefully you guys have an amazing summer. And please don't forget to thank a veteran, because everything that they've done has been amazing. All right. Thank you so much for your time. You guys have a great one. Happy Memorial Day.